Good afternoon. My name's Chumley, and you've heard me talking about visit Tampa Bay for a beercation, which is, that's an awesome, what a man thing to do. And I think it's pretty cool that Tampa Bay has the greatest concentration of craft breweries of any city in Florida. So really excited to introduce, I've got a great guest, Ken Foutch, COO of Coppertail Brewing Company. How are you, Ken?
Good, man. How's it going, Chumley?
It's going good, man. So very excited today. What is it about Tampa that has the largest concentration of craft breweries in Florida?
I guess a lot of things. We became this melting pot, a bit more organically than other areas. Like when you think of California, right? They're all known for West Coast IPAs and pale ales, and what Sierra Nevada's done. And like when Florida came on board, like we were doing all different types of stuff. You had breweries like Bob Sylvester. He was doing like saisons and mixed culture stuff. And then you think of like Dunedin Brewery, and they're like very old world styles and classical stuff. And Cigar City, they came out with like a East Coast IPA and a brown ale. So like it was really cool to see a huge diversity of all these different things from all around the world in the country. And that really was kind of started Tampa Bay and like the boom over here.
Yeah, that's super interesting to me, as a beer lover. And also, I don't want to move on without, making note that you've got the coolest job ever, right?
I mean, the worst thing that could happen at the end of the day is we make beer. Like how bad how cool is that we're over there able to like that at the end of the day, it's just beer. And we get to drive innovation every single day, which is so cool. We don't do the same thing every day of our life. Every day is something new.
Yeah, I'm super, super jealous. So I'm excited. Coppertail Brewery. Just tell me about your brewery a little bit. Kind of what your mission statement, for lack of a better term.
So even like Coppertail, we got something really cool story, just how the brand started. And our founder, Kent Bailey, and his daughter, like it started from her vision. So they used to go to Pass the Grill and watch the sunset. And then they kind of had this, his daughter, when she's younger, had this vision of like, as the sun is setting and it hits that little bit of a crest, they say like, oh, see the sea monster coming out of the water and stuff like that. So like that whole vision actually just started from his young daughter about the sea monster, which is pretty neat. And then like the brand kind of took off on a bit of a water theme, with Freedive and Night Swim and some of our other brands where like, we live in Tampa. We're surrounded by water. So it's really cool that we can take what's important to the Bay Area and then introduce it in our brand and our style.
Okay. Now, do you use local ingredients and things like that when you're brewing your beer?
We do. We try to as much as we can. We work with the USF Hop Farm program. So we're starting to learn how to grow hops that are made here in Florida, which we've utilized a little bit. And a big piece is just like, we get ingredients that nobody in this country has. When you think of all the amazing tropical fruits that we grow here, like you can't get that in Chicago or Oregon or up in the Northeast or anything. So like it makes it really fun to be able to work with local farmers and the Department of Agriculture. Someone we reach out to try to work with farmers, local farmers, mom and pop, to be able to grab stuff. And I think you guys even tried Sunken Grove. Like working at Noble Farms and working with Adam, who's a fourth generation citrus grower, and Noble, their tangerine is 100% proprietary to their family. So having that kind of partnership and working with families is really cool.
Yeah, very, very neat. So we're going to try one of your beers today. Unholy is the beer. Yep. I want to show this can off because I found this at my local grocery store. That is a cool can right there. Look at that. I feel like I have to go to church after I drink this beer. Tell us a little bit about it. Now, first off, the reason I picked it, obviously, I like the name. I love all the artwork on here. You've got the monk. You've got the mice, or is that on his shoulders? I'm not sure what that represents. I see the sea monster, which you talked about just a little while ago, but it's also an American triple ale. So tell us a little bit about the design on the can, and I have no idea what a triple ale is.
So our vision behind the brand was typically Belgian monks would brew Belgian triples.
Okay.
And that is the purest form of any beer that's on this planet is that. Well, we took our version. So it went from a very holy beer to a very unholy beer in the format that we're using it. So we actually hop that beer as much as anybody would hop an IPA or a double IPA. So there's a ton of dry hop on there, but you get all those really fun like Belgian characteristics with the phenols and stuff like that. of like banana and cloves. So the complexity of that beer is unreal. And then we sneak, that 9.2% alcohol. We go ahead and sneak that one in there, which is really, really cool. But
so it's a breakfast beer.
Oh, it is a breakfast beer. Yes, you should definitely be very productive after that beer for sure.
Awesome, man. I want to try it. Now, would you recommend in a can or in a glass? Like, how would you serve that in your brewery?
Well, in our brewery, that is going in a glass.
All right.
Because you want to allow those phenols and esters to come out of there, and how you're going to get that to open up the most is to throw that guy in a glass. Looks like you've got a 16-ounce glass. You can pour the whole thing in there. Cover up the top of it, man. Give it a little swirl, and then let all that aroma go ahead and hit you, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Where you get all the big citrus notes from the American hopping in there, but then, man, that yeast strand is just jumps out at you.
It's not a very dark beer. It looks like a Belgian. Is this a wheat beer?
Yep. So there's definitely wheat inside of that one, which is kind of cool. It's really a 2-row Pilsner and some wheat inside of there, but. Really, really nice high gravity.
Man, 9.6?
9.2.
9.2.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah,
it's a good beer. So this beer is like 2 beers.
Or if we're comparing to domestics, you're pretty much drinking 3 beers in one, which is great to see people you're on a boat somewhere and somebody out fishing, and we're over here as beer guys and we're drinking like 5%, 4% beers, and then your friends over there drinking the 9% stuff. And
keep going back.
Yeah, keep going back. That's what you're supposed to do.
Just keep going back. So Coppertail, you guys are located in Ybor City, is that correct?
In Ybor, yep, on 26th and 2nd. We're kind of like almost kind of kitty corner-ish in the IKEA. So if you're going down Adamo Drive, you'll see our beautiful blue building. We've got murals that kind of wrap the brewery with all this amazing artwork from Evan B. Harris. He's our illustrator on these cans. And then Gary Coster, director of marketing, takes an amazing piece of art, like canvas art, and then transforms it into what you can kind of see on a can.
Man, that's cool. Very cool. So there's a lot of great hotels have opened up in Tampa, and I think beercations are becoming a real thing. People are driven to Tampa to go sample all the great beer. Are there some other breweries and stuff you'd recommend? If someone was coming there for a beercation, obviously go to Ybor, hit Coppertail. Are there some? Are you cohesive in the where you recommend each other, that kind of thing?
Always do. That is the cool part about our industry is that we don't need to fight against each other. There's so much beer sold absolutely in this state that we have enough consumers that we try to pull from the big beer companies and try to get people in our circle. But we share ideas, ingredients. If you've got a friend who maybe their yeast hasn't come in from their supplier and they're brewing that day, like we'll go ahead and even give people yeast or even hops all the time. Okay. But it's just a very, very sharing community out there, and so I'll definitely suggest some breweries that are closer even to Ybor here. Magnanimous opened up, and Mike Lucasina used to work here for many years, and he's now making some of the best beers, that I've had around. If you jump over the bay, Green Bench, you can't get around the quality of their lagers that they do, and Chris Johnson does a really great job with his mixed culture stuff. Zydeco is a ton of fun. It's a New Orleans themed brewery, which is really fun. So you get a little dip of that south over there with their food and everything like that. But they brew some of the cleanest lagers around.
Very cool. So yeah, visit Tampa, go on a beercation, definitely go to Coppertail. You guys are also available here in Orlando at various grocery stores, correct?
Yep. We're statewide with Publix over there, but you'll find us at, Total Wine, ABC, and any of your favorite bars and independents and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's where I picked up this Unholy, was at a Publix. And so awesome, man. Awesome stuff. Great talking to you. I do want to say, get that Bay Crafted pass. You guys honor that as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you earn a free Bay Crafted pint glass t-shirt just for exploring Tampa Bay's celebrated breweries. And obviously there's so many of them. Just visit baycrafted.com and get that beercation, visit Tampa and get that booked. Go see Ken. So are you there every day? If somebody, walked into Coppertail Brewing, could they ask for you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always here, always available.
Awesome. So yeah, Ken Foutch, COO, Coppertail Brewing Company, probably one of the best jobs in the country. I'm super jealous, but I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Cool. Thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Take care.
Later.